Hello, good morning, people. Welcome to your Monday yoga. So, to begin with, let's just get comfy. How are you all today? I'm quite excited. So, yesterday, even though the kind of classes had fallen or the sessions had fallen into a little rhythm, it was quite nice yesterday writing it out and kind of thinking, okay, this is what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and what a lovely week it's pulled together to be. So for anyone that didn't see or doesn't know, so Mondays from now on we're going to repeat our grounding flow. I call it grounding just because it's quite steady, it's repetitive. You made it! She's in the house! Hello, Christine! Oh, and Amy! Woohoo! Nice one! Live! How exciting! So my camera's flickering, so just let me know if it's flicking for you guys or if you can actually, if the connection's okay. Morning, Sarah! So Mondays, we did this flow way back at the beginning, and it's actually one that I've borrowed from the yoga school in Barcelona. It's one of my favourite flows, so we're going to just repeat to know it. So we can go through it, I can just cue breath, and I don't have to guide you each morning. And then we're just doing the real basics today. If we ever have more time, we'll kind of add on. But it's really just a little movement, just to focus on each one. Move with your breath. We're trying not to challenge ourselves too much. Just relax into what we're doing. And then hopefully, if ever you just want to pull your mat out at another time without too much thought, you can just go through this small sequence. It's nice grounding, we're connecting with the floor, and we're really opening up our spine in forwards and backwards bends, which is just lovely for releasing any tension and opening ourselves up to the day. So I want you to just sit comfortably. I'm going to, because a lot of it is in a kneeling position, so I'm going to start by just straddling my mat in kind of kneeling. But just sit comfortably. If sitting isn't doing it for you today and you just need to lie down, then feel free to lie down. Oh, hello. Hi, Mum. Hey, Alison. Lovely to see you back. So sitting yourself down. Placing your hands, doesn't matter where they are, but place them deliberately. Just allowing your eyes to close. And just resting into this moment. So just giving yourself space to breathe. We don't need to struggle in and out. But just allowing that time, that space, so your breath will naturally become deeper. Allowing your face to relax, your shoulders to relax. Knowing that there will be distractions, there'll be noises, there'll be movement. We can't control them. And in fact, possibly they were always meant to be there. We just need to learn to breathe and bring our attention inside. Just on this Monday morning, I'd like you to pause and think about what it is you really want. This could be from your session on the mat, from your day, life in general. Often we can allow ourselves to be distracted by things that maybe aren't going as we hoped, things we'd like to change. Wouldn't it be lovely if we could focus on what we really want, holding that wonderful view in our minds? And then throughout your day, just refocusing. Are those thoughts, words, actions helping you to achieve what you really want? Just allowing that thought to settle in your mind. Big breath in, big breath out. And then just reaching the arms up, sweeping them up, joining your palms together, lowering in front of your heart. And let's welcome each other with a namaste. Oh, it's so lovely seeing all of you there today. Thank you so much. I'm trying to be super zen and calm because it's a zen and calm session, but it makes such a difference when you all say hello, so I'm very pleased. Okay, so we are just on the mat today, so you can release the cushion. We're going to be kneeling for a lot of the time, so if this is uncomfortable, this cushion's too big, but just to illustrate, you can always pop a cushion just behind so it takes some pressure off of your knees and you just kind of adjust around it. Okay, so if not, so we're going to break down, we're just going through the kind of fundamental flow and we're going to put it into 2 parts. So we're just going to repeat the first one until that's kind of set in our minds, and then we're going to add the second part on. So in your kneeling position, trying to sit up tall, engage those core muscles. So we're just being very aware of what we're doing and where we are. With an inhale, we're lengthening the arms up, stretching, reaching up, trying to avoid arching the back, but just lengthening the body. As you exhale, we transition into a child pose, where we just try to sweep the arms forwards, just so that movement is part of our sequence. Resting in child pose, so we're actively trying to lengthen our spine. We're trying to get our hips towards our heels. So if your child pose is like this, that's okay. We just gently push on those palms and slowly, slowly the hips will come down towards the heels. As we inhale, the hands come in and we lift up onto all fours. So we're trying to keep a neutral spine. And when you're not looking at me, I'm not looking at you, trying to keep your head and neck in line so you're gazing down. With an exhale, tucking your toes under, and you're lifting into a down dog. So we're going to go through several down dogs, and each time giving it your attention. So allow the heels off the floor, the knees to be bent, and we're trying to lengthen that spine. So we're lifting the hips up, lifting and lengthening the spine. Again, your gaze is towards your toes. If you have space, you can worry about bringing the knees down, the heels down, straightening the legs, but not if it means rounding your back. We're trying to keep it straight. And then exhale, with an inhale, we slowly come back down to our starting position and exhale to release. Okay, so we're going to go through that again. So grounding yourself down, inhale, reaching up. Exhale forwards into child pose. Inhale into tabletop. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, knees down, head lifts. And exhale, release down. So often, because we're going from a down dog and we're kind of coming down, it seems counteractive that we'd be inhaling then. But it's more if you think your head's down and your head's lifting. So it's that upward motion of the head, inhaling. Okay, let's go again. Inhale. Lengthen in. Exhale, reaching forwards, child pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, seated. Exhale to release. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale forwards. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, seated. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale forwards. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, release. Exhale. Good. I'd like you to go through it one time. I'm aware that the breath cues might be out of sync with yours. So we're going to go through it on our own. So I'm not going to say anything. We're just going to go through. So if you need to glance, you can have a look and see what I'm doing. We're just going to repeat that. And I'd like you to move with your own breath. So it's totally fine if we're out of sync. And I'll just pause at the end to allow us all to kind of catch up with each other. So just that movement, one time through. Let's go. Good, okay. So we're now going to add the second part. So we go through, we just kind of spliced it after the down dog, and then we just add some bits in. So again, I'll talk through it quite slowly, and then we'll slowly get fewer cues, and then hopefully we'll be able to do it all on our own. So inhale, reach up, exhale. And just this one, if you're trying to energize yourself, go faster. But because this one is quite grounded, the slower your breath and really slowing the movement to your breath is just so wonderful. So do that if you can. Tucking the toes under, down dog. So from here, we now inhale, drop the knees down, lift the chest and chin, and come into cow pose. Exhale, push the hips back into child pose. Inhale up onto your knees. This is known as thunderbolt. We place the hands on the small of the back, and we're going to exhale into camel. So only go as far as you want to. If you don't want to go too far, try to keep your gaze down, and then it avoids us taking the neck back. If you feel warmer and you're ready, move it forwards back. You're trying to keep your core engaged, hips forwards, chest lifted, and you can always reach back. We never they're that long, so don't worry about going too far back into it, but just going as far as you want to, taking care. Inhale, back. Exhale, hands down, and then we round our back in cat pose. And then we inhale, just sit back down and release. So that's the sequence. So we're just trying to counter. We're doing forwards and backwards bends in gently, gently, and just countering between one and the other. So let's go again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forwards into child. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, down dog. We inhale into cow pose. So tabletop, but then lifting your chest forwards, allowing the pelvis to tilt. Exhale, push back into child, lengthening your spine. Inhale, thunderbolt, so onto your knees. Exhale into your back bend. Coming up with an inhale. Exhale, hands down, round the spine, cat pose. So you're really pushing up between your shoulders, taking your gaze to your belly button, drawing the belly button into the spine. Inhale. Sit down and exhale, release. So I'm aware as we're going through, you may need extra breaths, more than my cues, which is totally fine. Just make sure you're always breathing. When you come to do it on your own, just try to focus with your breath, moving with your breath. Okay. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, child. Inhale, thunderbolt. Exhale, camel. Inhale, thunderbolt. Exhale, cat. Inhale to seated. And exhale to release. Okay, we're going to go 3 times through, slowly reducing the cues, and then after that we'll do them on our own. So really remember, we're trying to ground ourselves. So when your hands are on the floor, pay attention to your grounding down. So your whole fingers, again, my cue at the moment is imagining you've got paint on your hands and you're trying to get every bit of that hand, that paint onto the floor. Be aware when you're on your feet, just feeling how you're connecting with the floor. When you're lifting up, just what part's supporting you. Just being very aware of where your body is and what you're doing. We're just desperately trying to bring that attention inwards. Let's go. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale, sweep forwards. Inhale, tabletop. Shoulders above the hands, knees above the hips above the knees. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, child pose. Inhale, thunderbolt. Exhale, camel. Inhale, thunderbolt. Exhale, cat. Inhale, seated. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, cow. Exhale, child. Inhale, thunderbolt. Exhale, camel. Inhale, thunderbolt. Exhale, cat. Inhale, seated. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, just pause a moment. Okay, so we're going to do them on our own now. So I'll still be going through them. I'm not going to say anything, just to encourage you to go through, but you can look at me, I will be going through, so if you lose your way, don't worry too much if you lose your way, you'll just kind of pick it up. The longer your breath is, the more that you go into each pose. So we really love the flow between, but it's quite nice not to rush from one to the other. So just kind of acknowledging each asana or pose that we're in. So the slower your breath, the more chance it allows you to be in there. Okay, so we're going to go through one time, and then we're going to pause again, and we're going to do it one more time through. Okay, so I'll cue the first breath, and then just go at your own pace. When you're finished, we'll just pause, allow a few breaths just to center, and allow everyone to finish, and then we'll go again. Let's begin. Inhale. And if you're finished, try to keep the eyes closed. Bring your internal gaze to your third eye between your eyebrows. Breathing deeply into your stomach. Just slow in that breath, there is no rush. And let's go a second round. I'll cue the first and then go at your own pace with your own breath. Inhale. Okay, whenever you're finished, just try to rest in that stillness, grounding yourself down and growing yourself tall. Okay, and then we're going to do one more round together. So this is our showpiece, guys. This is what we've all been building up to. So whereas I've been trying to calm you down, now I want you just to really, really enjoy it. So it doesn't mean that you have to be hyper, but just really enjoy the movements that you're doing. Let's go. Inhale. Reach and open those fingers, reach up, maybe even take your gaze up. Exhale, forward fold, lengthen that spine. Inhale, onto all fours. Try to have even weight between your hands and your knees. Exhale, toes under, lift up into the down dog. Inhale, coming down, cow pose, really lifting the chest and the chin forwards. Exhale, child pose. Inhale, thunderbolt. Exhale, camel. Inhale, thunderbolt. Exhale, hands down, round the back into cat. Inhale as you lift your head, the hips come down. And exhale to release. Again, just pause for a moment, acknowledge your practice. Good, with as small movements as possible, we're just going to come into some breathing. So you can stay as you are, you can bring your cushion back, sit cross-legged, you can lie down. So like I say, trying to be gentle without losing that lovely space that we've created. When you're there, just allowing any adjustments and then just relax as you are. Be still. Don't rush this part. It's a challenge to not allow our minds to drift off into the real world. But this is what we've worked towards. So let's appreciate and enjoy our reward. So once again, whichever position you're in, focus on grounding down. Pay attention to which body parts are connecting with the floor, with the mat, with the cushion. Imagine the mat, the floor is lifting up to support you. Having strong roots means we can grow tall, so lengthening your spine, lengthening the neck by lifting the crown of the head. Lengthening the body allows us more space to breathe. Helps us to own and live in the space we're in. Allowing your breath to become steady and deliberate. And then bringing your attention back to your intention. What is it you really want? And just try to keep that positive. So rather than no stressful phone calls, maybe just a harmonious day where you're able to cope and deal with any challenges. Our bodies and our minds work much more clearly when they have a positive focus, something to do rather than something to not do. Always try to turn around, find the positive, and keep your mind focused on that. What is it you really want? Keep your breath steady. And then whichever position you're in, whether you're lying down or seated, stretching your arms, lifting them above your head, lengthening the spine. Gently placing your palms together, lowering them in front of your chest. Bring the knuckles of your thumbs to your third eye, the space between your brows, for good thoughts. To your lips, for kind words. And to your chest, for honest intentions. Namaste. I'm so happy to see you all here. Thank you so much. It makes such a difference. It's so nice doing our practice together, especially on a Monday morning when you can need a little support. So thank you so much for all coming. Yeah, so that's going to be our Monday. So that's our flow for Monday. So we'll repeat that each Monday. And then slowly we'll maybe add a little bit more, but that's going to be our foundation. And by repeating it, hopefully it will just sit in your mind. And then if ever, like I say, you need to just do a little bit, you can just get on your mat and do that little flow. Okay, so have lovely, lovely Mondays. Keep your intention in your mind, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, oh, I've just seen Amy's message. No, I thought Parker is super chill. She's out in the hallway, and I really wanted to bring her in, but I thought today, because it's really trying to calm down and be a flow, I was like, I better not. She's already chewed up a book this morning. But I'm sorry, Beatrix, to let you down. I'll bring Parker next time. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.